are going to be live here with the Boom Shakalaka in just a moment.
Live from Waterloo, Iowa, the lovely Miss Rocki and Chaveevah, continuing 5 years of positivity from a North End perspective, are here to present what's making us all look good, with a whole lot of boom and a whole lot of shakalaka, because you know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka! Hey! Oh yes, boom shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Hey, boom!
Right, we got a new entrance. We wanted to walk in, because we're kind of a big deal.
And we're a legend in our own mind.
In our
How
own
about that?
minds, right. We had to change it up for you. 5 years of positively right here on the north end of Waterloo, and we're so proud to call this our community, Chaveevah.
Yes, absolutely. And we're so proud to bring good news about what's going on in our community each and every Friday.
That's what makes us the best show on the internet. We got the best announcer. Did you hear Nate?
Hey,
So
a whole lot of
sweet.
boom and a whole lot of shakalaka. I tell you what.
And Nate and our guest is our classmates. So
Awesome.
they graduated together.
That's awesome.
So yes, that's going to be a great thing. We've got Jorden Wallican coming up, and she is the one.
Yes.
Her mother's the goat with seafood, right?
Mhm.
And so now we know Jorden has really made some great strides towards her future.
That's right.
And
oh my
we're
goodness.
going to be talking to her in just a little bit. But first, we want to shout out to our friendly, famous, frequent viewers: Joyce Ann Phillips, Joyce Wilder, Janice Durham, Nancy Schneider Overstreet.
May Ambrose, Sherelle Sanders Bell, Grace Cook Ripka, and Tony Brown.
Yes, and we
Yes.
want to thank you so much for watching us today. And make sure that you go to our YouTube channel and like or subscribe. And that would be North End Update Boom Shakalaka.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. We've got a question.
Yep, right off top, we have a question for you if you're interested in winning an art print. And that question is, who is the new organizer of the My Waterloo Days Parade?
Right.
That's right. Be the first to guess.
While we're live
Yes.
on either page, who is the new organizer of the My Waterloo Days Parade? Well, we're sitting right in the middle of Mulberry Street, Chaveevah.
That's right.
And this parade is getting ready to start here pretty soon. So we want everybody to just chime in with that, and you win an art print
Yes.
by the one and only Chaveevah.
Aha. Oh, we have comments already. Hey.
Yes.
We do have already one guest for the for it. So we have Tiani Carrasco.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Purvis.
Tiani.
And she says who?
Purvis.
Purvis.
Oh.
He's
Yes.
that's right.
That is correct. Yes, Tiani.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Purvis is one of them guys that you can know him by his first name. You don't
All
even
right.
need to say.
Don't
who
need
he
to
is.
say the last name. That's right.
Right. So, like we said, we got a great show coming up. Who's the Jorden Wallican, the West High School valedictorian, who's earned a scholarship to Harvard in the fall, and her proud mother Dominique is accompanying her, but she won't be on the show. She's
Okay.
just here for support today.
Okay.
And for our Give It Air, we're going to be talking about stop living in the past, like we've
Yeah.
been talking about this month.
Yep. All right. News flash too for our birthday people. Be sure to stick around for your shout out and birthday song. We'll be tuning up and doing our very best.
Right.
Yeah.
Nate, do you know if Jorden was in the choir? Does she sing at all? She's shaking her head no. Well, you going to sing today, baby.
Oh yes.
I think she's game.
Okay. Good.
All right. We want to remind everybody our show is brought to you in part by a Waterloo Community Foundation and our sustaining collaborators, the Ferguson team and the Jesse Cosby Neighborhood Center.
The Ferguson real estate team covers practically everywhere in Iowa. And so whatever is your reason why for home ownership, be sure your who is the Ferguson team. Call them for all your real estate needs at 319-900-1799.
That's right. And you know all about the Jesse Cosby Center because we tell you about it every week. But for more than 50 years, the Jesse Cosby Neighborhood Center has been a multicultural, multi-generational service provider with an adult daycare center, Meals on Wheels, youth and summer feeding programs, and employment programs. For more information on what the Jesse Cosby Neighborhood Center provides, call them at 319-234-1793, or they have another extension on the screen there. Or you can visit our page to find out more about our sustaining collaborators.
Mm-hmm.
And we know you'd like to be a sustaining collaborator, so what you need to do is inbox us to find out the benefits of promoting your business and making us all look good.
Absolutely. Yes, and it's right about that time for us to have our Nate talk about
The Soul
Town. So I have an interesting
comes
piece
Ed.
today.
We got to say thank you to Ed because Ed's running around
I
double
know.
time because Agnes is
I
gone.
know, yes, Ed is making us look real good today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
So I have.
Nate, what do you have for us?
Okay, so
We're going to
this
talk
one.
to Jordan. It's a test, Jordan, so when he gets done, we're going to ask you about this.
This one's a little different though. Like it was just something I don't usually see in the Soul Town, but that just shows like the diversity the Soul Town always brings every new edition. So this one's Legalize Please by Natasha Robinson, and it's titled "Should I Want to Serve Jury Duty?"
Should I want to serve jury duty?
You guys serve?
Yeah, I read it. Yes, I've served, and yes, I read the article, so yeah.
Yeah, and me personally, I have not served jury duty yet, but from my parents and other people I know, not many people like doing jury duty, from what I understand.
No, didn't like it a lot, and right, once they get you the first time, seems like they call you every month.
Yeah.
For, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, this is kind of just a little intro piece, but Natasha's just kind of first talking about how everybody finds the jury duty grueling and just something they don't want to do as it interrupts their daily lives. But I guess the kind of part that kind of got me hooked on to this article, and now is going to have me reading more, is she mentions, as more court systems are opening up for in-person trials to commence, I thought it would be a good time to talk about those things we don't want to talk about, because we are family. I will be starting a series called Talking About, which will have us engage in some learnings and unlearnings about the intersections and interrogations of the criminal legal system and our lives. This series will help us with our soul work in that there are some conversations in our case, readersations that can address and repair the breaches of information passed on to us by the systems that seek to destroy us. In the following 2 columns of Legalize Please, I want to talk about jury duty from a legal and historical perspective so you can consider the important role you may have to play in serving on a jury. And that's just something that interested me, because when I think of jury duty, I just see people, unhappy about it, but knowing that there's a deeper and more important meaning behind it kind of intrigued me, so I'll definitely be tuning in to read more.
All right. Agreed. That's one of the many wonderful things that you can read about in the Soul Town. To get your copy, you can get a print copy at Earth's Beauty Supply, 704 Franklin, or go to thesoultownmagazine.com for your copy.
All right. As you can see, we have the lovely, intelligent, beautiful, charming, talented, not Dominique. This is Jorden.
Thank
Dominique's
you.
twin. No. Welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
And congratulations to
Thank
you
you.
on your graduation and being the valedictorian.
Thank you.
What an honor. What does it mean to be in that position right now for you?
Well, it is a lot of responsibility, I think, because there's not always a black woman who is valedictorian. So I was kind of like the only person that looked like me in my classes, but now I see that I'm influencing, the next generation. So that's what it means for me to inspire others.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. I mean, growing up in the black community, one thing you kind of come to understand fairly early is that the things you do, be they good or bad, other people project on to you their own thoughts and hopes. Like if you're doing great, like everybody, you're a star right now.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure that you understand that, and we're also very proud of your accomplishment and
Thank
have
you.
great hopes for your future.
Thank you.
Was there a
Right.
question in there somewhere? No. But just talk about your plans. I mean, because we know that you're going to Harvard, the Harvard. So.
Yes, I'm really excited. I love Boston. So I'm going to Harvard, and
You've
I'm
been there before?
Yes, I went last summer. It's so beautiful, and I love the history. Yeah, so I'm
Awesome.
excited. So I'm gonna be majoring, maybe a double major in women and gender studies, and then African American studies also. And so hopefully, maybe I'll be a professor or work with nonprofits.
Oh, wonderful. I want to talk to you about the history that you're making here in Waterloo. You and at West High, and I understand there's another valedictorian that was at East High.
Alonzia Quinn.
Yes.
Alonzia Quinn, and I believe she's going to
She's going to
Stanford.
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 Yep.
Are you friends? Do you know her at
Yes,
all?
we've known each other since like middle school.
Oh,
We were in like
awesome.
club volleyball together. We did upper bound together. So yeah, we know each other.
So that is definitely, for those of you that don't know, this is historical. There have never been two black valedictorian and Ivy League school scholarship people. So congratulations on
you.
that. We could just clap all day and
I know,
congratulate
that's
you on a whole bunch of things.
Thank
I think
you.
we have some comments. Nate, did you say?
Yeah, we have two from Kevin Dill, one saying very proud and also checking in and saying hello.
Oh,
All
hey
right. Hey,
Kevin.
Kevin.
We always appreciate you watching. Yeah, so we have a segment on our show called Give It Air, because sometimes things that we bring up in this segment are things that have oftentimes gotten swept under the carpet, or people are too sensitive to talk about. And what we've been focusing on this month, I guess,
Yeah.
is things that people, how people say, "Oh, get over it." It was way back. Slavery
Yeah,
was
stop
100 years
living in
ago.
the past.
Stop living in the past.
Right.
So we thought we would bring up some things that have happened in our lifetimes. We're really young, right? So of course, at heart, right? If nothing else. But we wanted to talk about some things that have happened in our lifetime. And today our subject is the Emmett Till that was killed in Mississippi.
Yes, that was 1955 now. For some people now, for you, that's an awfully long time ago. Perhaps for your mother as well, but I was in the world. I was 2 years old when this happened. Now, how did it affect me as a baby? Probably not at all, but that was just a reality of life at that time. And so when things happen within someone's actual lifetime, that's not the past.
Right.
That's
And in
not the
fact,
past.
I think it's always interesting because she's one of my best friends, and she has lived about 14 lives. And she actually, seemingly anyway, she actually has a connection with that whole situation. You actually went to the store.
Yep, in two ways. These people who did lynch Emmett Till, I had an aunt who lived in a small town in Mississippi called Rouville, and the Milan brothers, the killers of Emmett Till, owned a store there. And as a young child going down there to visit, as I got older, it was just some things that were written in stone. You do not go to these people's store for anything. You do not walk on the same side of the street where their store is located. So there's no support, there's no contact whatsoever, because they were acquitted after like a couple of hours, but at the same time, the ongoing thing was whatever support they had from the African American community as far as people patronizing their store, that was the end of that. Nobody had anything to do with them for any reason. And Emmett Till's mother was a teacher in Chicago, where I'm from. As a matter of fact, she was my older sister's teacher at the school we went to. And so, those degrees of separation that seem like it's so distant,
Far away, yeah.
it's really not.
It's
it can
not.
be very, very close.
So I think our point is when you can put it in perspective with someone or that that maybe it hits home a little bit more. And we just wanted to give that a little air.
That's right, because you got to air stuff out, a little disinfectant. Exposure is the best disinfectant.
Right. And we're going to be talking about some things that are more in your age group or your mother's. In the 1980s, we'll be talking about the crack cocaine epidemic and the comparison in how people are treated with opioid compares to back in the crack days and stuff like that. So, yeah, our Give It Air subject. What do you think about that?
I think it's really important that we talk about this stuff because it still impacts us today. So, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell. It still impacts us today.
It impacts us today. That's right. And with the 1619 Project, and a lot of people are talking about, I hate to even say CRT, but these are things that young people have got to learn, even though they're hard lessons.
Right.
We still need to talk about them.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, thank you for giving that a little air and entertaining that with us. And hopefully our viewers learned a little something as well, that it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
All right. Now we get to talk to you, Miss Lady. Tell us. Chaveevah, where's our questions at?
You know what? In my mind.
Oh, you thought, okay,
right.
We thought we had your mom here too, so we're going to just talk to you.
Not only that, in my mind, it was just such an open-ended thing to talk about. I mean, when how are you going to feel about being so far away from home?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
It is going to be difficult, but it's nice that I've already been to Cambridge and Massachusetts, and I already know that I really love it, and I know that the sacrifice is worth it in the end. So it will be really difficult to be away from my family, but it will be okay. I'll adjust.
Okay. And I know in Boston there's a whole lot of seafood. Is there any connection? I mean, right? Am I right or wrong? Because I remember I knew some people from Boston, they talked all about their lobster.
It's really fresh because we're on the coast. I don't really like seafood.
What? How crazy is that?
I know, right? Especially because my mom has a whole seafood business, but
right.
So when she comes and visits, she'll be able to have that seafood, but I don't really like
Right,
it.
you sort of like that.
I know academics runs in your family. I see is it your aunt, Vera, somebody graduated with a theology?
Yes, that was my great aunt Vera, and then my grandma also graduated with a master's too, so yeah.
Wow.
Lots of education in our family, higher education.
And what are some of your study habits, and what can you tell other young people that may be striving to get, what did you get, like 4.0 from junior high? How did you make this?
Well, it's not easy.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's not easy at all, but you have to set a goal and stick to it. That's really my advice. I would say set a goal for yourself and stick to it, even when it's like crazy and you're like, why am I doing this? You have to keep the end in mind, as they would say at Hoover. Yeah, so just stay focused and make sure that the decisions you're making will help you reach that goal in the end, and that's.
Did you have being valedictorian as a goal, or was that an outcome of the sort of study habits and things that you set for yourself?
So my goal was to see if I could be valedictorian, and then so that was from 8th grade, so before high school, and then in 9th grade when we got like our first semester grades back, I mean everybody had ones because we all had 4.0s, but I just saw that there was a possibility that I could still be one throughout high school, so I just kept trying to get a 5.0, a 4.0, and just tried to see if I could be valedictorian.
And what types of subjects did you choose, and how did you choose those? Were your parents really involved in every year? Because I remember my kids would be like, take that, don't take that. Mm-hmm. Were they?
I kind of had a vision for myself, kind of what I wanted to do and the classes I wanted to take. In 8th grade, we all had to do our 4-year plans for what we would take throughout high school. And I wanted a challenge, so I doubled up in math and I did the hardest classes, and I took a lot of AP courses because I was like, nobody else does it, and I just feel like, I don't know, why not challenge myself? And some counselors were like, maybe that's not a good idea. And
Oh.
sometimes maybe my parents didn't really understand why. But I like learning and I love math, and I thought, why not just take the hardest stuff I can take and learn a lot and push myself to be the best I can be.
Do you feel like you got pretty good support from your counselors? I asked that because at the time I was in high school, I think I probably saw a counselor maybe once or twice. It was just a different sort of
Right.
experience. So,
I think the counselors at West, if you make the effort to reach out, they're definitely going to help you. Like I said, I had a vision, so I had to reach out to. I've talked to all of the counselors, even though we're assigned one counselor. I was with all of them, and they were willing to support me through anything. Sometimes it took a little convincing for them to get on my wavelength, but after that, after they saw my potential, it was like they had my back throughout high school.
okay, so now you see that you absolutely could become valedictorian.
The next president.
You absolutely could be accepted to Harvard, and you're
Oh
going to
my
be going.
goodness.
So now, what's the next step? What do you
How
do
do
you
you
have any
dream
idea?
bigger than that?
Yeah, what plans do you have in mind for after you graduate?
Well, I've seen that really anything I put my mind to, I can accomplish if I work hard enough. So I'm just excited to be in this whole new world of these just brilliant scholars.
Wow.
And I'm just excited to see the kind of network I can build and the kind of things that people around me will be doing that will inspire me. So I don't know exactly what the next step is, but I just hope to be surrounded by people that are awesome.
That's great.
Well, so far so good, right? You've been doing a great job.
Thank you.
And I'm sure, how was the peer pressure? I mean, at your age, I'm sure there were parties and things that you wanted to do maybe, or like you said, did you stay focused, and did you have to miss a lot of fun to be where you are?
I don't think so. I have my friends, and I kind of stayed in my kind of bubble with my friends and people that were kind of in the top end of the class, and we all found our own fun. So I don't think you necessarily have to give in to peer pressure to have fun.
Okay, awesome.
Wow.
Right.
Well, that is great. And what strengths do you attribute your dedication to? I mean, is there something that's extra special that you find in yourself that you think really helped you to move forward? Would you say it was just your strength, your spirituality?
I don't really know. I think it was just my curiosity to see how things would end up. Like if I could put so much work into something to see the outcome. I think a lot of people want to go to these top schools and want to be valedictorian and do this, but they just maybe are scared and would rather protect themselves and not take the chance. And I think I'm a risk taker maybe in that way, that I was just willing to see how far I could go.
Challenge. You took it as a challenge. We
Yes.
have comment.
Yeah, we have Joyce Ann Wilder
Oh,
saying,
Joyce.
congratulations, another woman president.
There you go. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So move over, Kamala.
Okay.
Yes. Well, that is great. And your advice to young people is to just be determined and focused.
Yes.
And know what you want.
Yeah, set a goal and stick to it.
That's right. Well, you heard it here, right on North End Update. Well, thank you so much, Dominique. And now it's time for us we have the best viewers. You're not Dominique. You weren't even gonna correct me. See, that's what happens when you get to be so young, you know? You forget things. Oh, yes. And we have something for you, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just a little token from us to say
you.
congratulations.
Thanks.
And
Yes, and thank you so much for coming on our show, because like I said, you represent for your family, you represent for the entire city of Waterloo.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm sorry, did I interrupt?
No, no, no.
I just want to say that what she said, right?
Thank you guys. Thank
Oh,
you.
stop,
I don't
Chaveevah.
know, I'm being
But yeah, congratulations, and we are so Waterloo proud of you, and yeah, and your family is just a beautiful family here in town, and we just admire all of you guys. successful people, you know, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
See, you don't see this on the 6 o'clock news because
That's right.
their job is to talk about bad stuff. We're all about the good
All
stuff.
about the good stuff.
All right, and
Yes.
thank you, Joyce Ann, for watching. We love you, Joyce, and be encouraged. Now, that's somebody that can encourage you.
Yes, indeed.
All right, Nate, we have somebody else before we sing.
Yeah, we have, and I apologize if I mispronounced the middle name, but Betty Meyeran Tovar.
Oh,
Hi,
yes,
Betty.
hey, Betty. Yes, our friend Betty.
And she said, this young lady is an admirable role model for young people of Waterloo.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Thank
See,
you.
they trying to make us cry.
Yes.
Yeah, we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
We can say that all day long. But we got these birthday people, see.
Mhm.
And we have the best birthday people. God, we got a lot of them
We
this
do.
time.
We got
don't
a
we?
dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you like to read some of the birthday people
Sure.
names?
Sure.
We can start right here.
Okay. Kevin, Emily, Kiana Levy, Xavion Harris, Dusky Steele,
Dusky.
Yeah.
Marshondis Robinson,
Marshondis.
Bruce Gardner,
Yay,
All
Bruce.
Yep, we got Wendy Nat Bowman,
All right.
Laura Lipsy, Mikael Pollard, Michelle T. Meyer, Niall B., that B is for Bert,
All right.
and Laura Hoy.
And Laura
Yes.
Hoy.
Happy birthday, all of our birthday people, the best birthday people ever.
The
Yes.
best. And when is your birthday?
in August 5th.
August
Oh,
5th.
okay.
Okay, great. Well, we like to sing a song. You know the Stevie Wonder version, right?
Yes.
And somebody told me once when I was about your age, yesterday, that I could sing. And so I kind of thought I could. I'm sure you would agree
Couldn't fit more perfectly
that I have a little party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right.
We did it.
Right?
We did it again.
We did it again. And all the offices upstairs know it's getting close to the time they can go home now because they probably hear us.
They hear us
every
say,
Friday.
yeah, happy birthday, so it's quitting time.
Yes. Well, Chaveevah, we pulled it off. A whole hour we've been here today, which is way
No.
different for us.
Yes, it is, but it was fun and it seemed like it flew by. And thank you so much because you're just really very inspirational, and I just love it when young people are very open and expressive.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here. And it's just a joy to meet you. Well,
Thank you.
I'm a
Me too.
groupie. So I'll be I won't be stalking you, but I'll be watching you from afar. I'll ask your
There we
mom in between times, in between seafood orders, right? All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Nate, thank you so much for putting up with all the stuff we put you through.
Oh, it's no worries. I love being here and I love doing this.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
And it shows.
See, and he always knows just the right thing to say.
Yes, he's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, and we want to encourage our viewers until next time to keep doing more of what makes you awesome, like Nate,
Yes.
No, Jordan, Dominique,
And Dominique too.
and Dominique too.
That's
right.
Why? Because
Because it makes us all look good.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.